I'm just recording this on my iPad tablet. I don't know what to call it, but I just wanted to, like talk about my feelings. Talk about whatever the hell stuff that's been happening. I mean, I feel very accomplished. I would say I feel very, yeah, accomplished. But there's nothing wrong with that. Even though I'd say in the past, I feel like I would have issues coming to terms with that for some reason, even though that was everything that I would want. I want to become a good musician, I want to become a good artist, but I feel like sometimes, you just have the doubts in your mind where you doubt it. You doubt you can do it, but you can never agree with yourself. Or you can in a way because you're always gonna have that thought and it's always gonna be with you. And even now, when you're trying to make an effort to be better, be something more than you think you can be, that's just looming in the back of your mind. And the reason I say all this is because recently I watched a entire series as BoJack Horseman. I mean, I'm not like trying to be like any of the characters in the show or whatever. It's just like I've never really talked um long and for a long time, emotionally ever to nobody, and I never will if I don't get out of my room or nothing. So I just record my ramblings from time to time, and I see what good comes out of that, because might as well share. No harm in doing that. And it's the things that I go through, I think, would be good to talk about, even though it's like, funny, goofy channel where I just make music and I chart things and I just try and have fun with it. I'm just trying to like distract myself from not being so sad. It's just like those nights where you can't help it, where you want to and you really have to, and you should cry, because that really helps, and that's something that I've been doing more often, but I haven't been letting it get to me during my work and during actually going to like my job, because I have a job now. And there's nothing in this world that can ever stop you from doing what you want to do besides yourself. There's always a time and a place to get successful, to be doing things in life, but you just gotta have fun with it. Before I was so chill and I just didn't care for anything and I just did my work for whatever, but now I actually value my time and I value what I do, right? Like, my job is really important to me because it helps me keep a roof over my head, but it's also a balance of that and wanting to do music and art and trying to just, be there for people when they need me. Because I know in the past there's been people where they aren't there for me when I need them the most. So I'm just trying to do something, make a difference. And I like talking to the people at work, my coworkers, and especially the random customers. Even though sometimes they're a bit rude, I try and ease the tension by talking to them, and that usually works, I would say. I don't know. It's hard for me to think of things off the top of my head. I have like so many plans for these kinds of things when I'm just sitting in my room, but I'm actually like recording it. It's a little bit more difficult than you'd think. Um, but that balance of trying to work and make art and music, it's difficult, but you find your way. And you're always gonna have those people in your life that love you and then they support you with whatever you're doing. And to the other people that don't have that, at the very least, I believe in you, right? To everybody who doesn't have like a father or a mother or some other role model in their life, I know I'm not much, but just know that I was there at one point. Not everybody in my life always talks to me, and I'm just there to help, and I'm just there to be a beacon of hope. If I can at least inspire people to do something with their lives or be happy with their own selves, and that makes my life worth living, because I know at least I'd make a difference. I know that the people that would listen to me would also live a good life and to be successful and everything. I don't know, I'm just saying, I'm just thinking that. I don't know, but if anybody does get inspired, then that's for the better. I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying not to fucking tear up. It's difficult. It's difficult as fuck. My mom used to tell me that everything I do has consequences, and everything I do, equally as bad as it could be, is equally as good as it can be. I can always do things better, but I can never go lower than what I've already done. And I haven't really done anything, but for those people that have been through stuff, it could always just be that bad, or it could get better. I know it's not the best advice, but moving forward is good. Focusing on the bad stuff is superficial. I think I know what that word means. It's like not that important. I mean, I know people are gonna say, oh, it's not important to dwell on things, but sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to just sit down and accept that things are gonna be that way for a long time. Eventually it's gonna get better. Eventually it's gonna change. People get better, career-wise or however-wise. You can go to therapy, you can have a better mood, a better attitude on life, you can do better work, whatever it is. There are always gonna be difficult times in there, but I support you. To whoever is listening, I support you. I don't know what this video is supposed to be, but I just want to say those things because they matter. I don't know, in points in my life I didn't really have that many friends. The friends that I do have, they're amazing, and you guys know who you are. My school friends and everybody else who's my friend. I think you understand. It's been the time of my life. This past, how long? 5 months, 4 months? It's been the time of my life. I can't thank any of you enough to where I'm just so happy now. Even with all the times I just cry and I cry in my room and I try and not have a shitty day. It's like some of the people that matter the most to me, they help me the most. And so I won't have a bad day, and I can live another day knowing I can continue working and somebody would care. That somebody would like what I make, somebody would think what I did mattered. And that's important to me. And I appreciate every friend that I have. Some have parted ways with the mortal realm, like they died, but you move on from that. And some of them just abandon you and they never talk to you again, but the time that you have with them is valuable and you can never replace that. And there's always more friends you can make. And there's nothing wrong with keeping some good memories of someone who's no longer with you. Because if they're important, that's what matters. And if they help you get through your day, that's even better. I don't know, I've had so many people in my life die, I can't talk about it it's just gonna make me like sad, and I don't want to do that and cry on camera and everything, or voice recording, who knows. I'm just trying to not be sad, Anyway, I wanted to try and make this because my original idea was, maybe I can inspire some people, So, last little bit here. If you're ever feeling down or not motivated to do something, there's always another time to do it. There's never not enough time. I think we'll learn that soon because I have a lot of things to be doing, and there's always going to be more time for me to be doing things. Like I got a job, I gotta go to school, I gotta do all these things. But to all those people where they got all the time in the world, you just gotta have your priorities. And to the people that also don't have enough time, you also gotta have priorities, man. Just no matter what you do, just try and be passionate and happy, You're not gonna be all upset and like, oh, I gotta do this, gotta do that. You just truck through it. And at the end of the day, you'll feel good knowing you achieved something that someone would probably like. And that you achieved something that would make people proud. And for me, the fact that if you try, that's important to me. I'm proud of everybody who just tries their best and tries to be something better and tries to make something good, to make a difference in the world, no matter how insignificant it may be or how little it may seem to people, how irrelevant it is to like life. It's important, and you can't downplay the work of somebody else because that's just shitty. And I know coming from me and the people that I be around, we talk shit about other people and we say it's all garbage, and for the most part it's justified because some things are garbage, some songs are pretty bad, and the actions of people are definitely shitty, but part of me is wanting to egg them on, saying like, yeah, it sucks, but a part of me is like, I understand that it's not good now, and it might never be, but you gotta at least give them credit for trying. Unless they're a bad person. Then in that case, then they shouldn't be having closure, having something nice. Because they don't deserve to have nice things happen to them if they're bad people. I don't want to beat around the dead bush. Lord Void, Blue Dasher, people still be supporting them for whatever reason. I know that they might not know, or they're just out of the loop, or they just love their content so much and their songs and everything that they can't stop fucking pursuing them. It's dumb. I know eventually either they'll change their minds or they'll be convinced of otherwise. And those people, they don't deserve nothing. They don't deserve anything. The bad people, I don't mean like the people supporting them. They're just confused and they need help. like the people that they're supporting, they need help. And I know that a lot of people get a lot of chances and a lot of things go unnoticed, but there's always going to be a time for healing and there's always going to be a time for stupid shit to happen. It's just a cycle, man. Something bad happens and something good happens, but the best thing you can do is just move forward and learn from it. And maybe we do too much of that because too many things happen, but what can you do, right? There's nothing inherently wrong with it, but you can always move on. Oh, this is supposed to be a section about giving advice. What am I doing? Well, I think you get the point of what I was trying to say. I hope all of you have a good night or day or whenever you're seeing this. 150 subs is coming up, I think, if I upload this. Like before I hit 150. I just hope it'll make your day or night a little bit brighter or luminous or however the night is. And you should all stay safe and try and have a good rest of your life. I know it sounds like I'm gonna die or something, but I could. And I can never say anything again. If I was, sick with something bad, I'd probably tell. I just wouldn't want anyone to feel bad for me, I don't want no one to be all sad for me if I was sick. Anyway, yeah. And stay safe and stay healthy and I love you guys. That was a horrible time cough. Shit. Okay, well, I love you guys.